to have a baby now.
Yeah, I started buying baby stuff, clothes and stuff.
Shaeeda, you want to put off having a baby.
Listen, it's something I just don't want to focus on. Like, if I put too much attention.
You know, I once said, or maybe more than once said, that Shaeeda is a woman that cannot be made happy. Bilal even said it himself. No matter what I do, making you happy is just something that I don't know if it's possible. Because if it's not one thing, it's then another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have been watching this woman throughout the whole season beg, even getting reinforcements for her and Bilal to for Bilal to finally want to have a child with her. He was like, no. And then he finally decides that he wants to have a child. And then once he decides that, that's when she decides maybe this isn't the right time. Even though her biggest motivation was the fact that when she went to see the fertility doctor, they said that her chances of being able to get pregnant anytime soon, her chances of waiting to get pregnant later on are going to be looking more slimmer than what they already are. So I didn't think that she was even in a position mentally or even physically, shall I say, to all of a sudden have a U-turn.
Emotionally, you know, but so I just was like, you know what? I've decided to focus on my business and grounding myself in America.
It's quite fascinating that she's now, or she got to a point where she now wanted to finally start to ground herself in America and start her business. This is the same woman that said that I would pick a child over my own marriage. This is the kind of person that I couldn't be with. I couldn't be with someone that is so wishy-washy. Someone that no matter how much I give you that you want, you're always going to want something else after. You're always going to want more. I respect the fact that she's come around to the idea that she now knows and believes that she now knows that she needs to situate herself first in terms of her own business and also, you know, being in America, because it's very crucial for her to start her business and get it up and going rather than have a child first and then get it up and going, because starting a business isn't always easy. Getting clients isn't always easy. And in my opinion, when you are ready to have a child with you and your person, it is important that you do when you are both in a very good financial position. Not just one of you, both of you. Why? Because if one was to lose their job or something was to happen, it's good to have someone else who's also got money. So therefore, there's a backup plan able to say, you know what, at least I can hold us down until further notice. Because once a child is involved, many people who have raised a child on minimum wage, you know, or even just the bare minimum money, you know the struggle. And I know, well, I'd like to imagine a lot of people would love to have had a child at a position where they're actually, you know, in a better financial position. But again, it doesn't move from the fact that when it comes to this woman right here, goddamn.
Want children?
Yes.
Just not immediately right now.
Funny that, because that's what Bilal was saying the whole time. Bilal was saying that, listen, we can maybe have kids or we can have kids, but it's in a prenup, but I don't want it to be right now. It can be later on. And now she wants to be in a position to have it later on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is jarring to watch. It is unreal. It's just understand, process the fact that we have spent a whole season listening to her talk about having children and then bring in reinforcements. Her friend, the season, she even tried to reach out to his mother, to his sister. It was actually no, that was a prenup, my bad. But her friend came in. Her friend even was telling her to maybe, you know, stop using contraception. But then we found out, of course, that Bilal was anyway. If you ask me, I'm happy though that she's had a U-turn, because I don't know if Bilal's intentions of wanting to have a child are pure. And when I say pure, what I mean is he looking to have a child because he knows it's going to keep her happy, or because he's also ready to add another member to the family? And if you ask me, if it's a case of keeping her happy, that is not the right reason. So I'm happy that this has happened though, despite the fact I don't like how it's all gone down, because a child should be brought into a family or a relationship where you're both secure.
like having a baby, but Bilal is not 100% open with me. You know, I'm speaking when it comes to like making decisions, finances.
See, right there. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. So now, one of the reasons why, apart from the fact that she's now finding herself, she's blossoming in America with a business, there's also always a catch. But the other reason is because Bilal has not been completely open and transparent. It's fine. I'm not saying she's wrong to want that, but what I'm saying is that it goes back to the first point of that she's someone that you can't make happy. When she asks for one thing, once she gets it, it's then now I want another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. There is no let's cherish that moment. Bilal has taken her to different places, different spots, nice places, nice spots that many people would love to be taken to. Many people would just love to go to in general, but may not have had the opportunity to go or have never been taken. She gets these things. But each and every time she has to have a catch. Always a catch. I don't know how she doesn't keep up with herself. How is she not tired with herself?
It's not deflect. What Shaeeda has an issue sometimes as I give her some monies, it goes in her hand and it goes right back out.
You know, what's to come next actually infuriates me because, you know, just, okay, cool.
Very quickly.
When it comes to Bilal and finances, he keeps me out of the loop completely.
Do you know how much Bilal makes a year?
Boom. Why is that relevant? I want to know why the host is asking that question. Because this is the thing, he just flat out said that whenever there's money given to it, it's gone like this. I won't lie to you. If I was in the same position, I give you money and it's gone like that, I red flag, because I'm good with finances. I'm questioning your financial capabilities. Therefore, you and I need to have a conversation. I don't know if they've had that conversation. It sounds like they haven't had that conversation, but that conversation needs to be had about, okay, how do we handle finances? Now, I'm not saying it's a massive red flag if I'm with someone that doesn't know how to handle the finances, because to be fair with you, in my life, keyword my life, 9 times out of 10, females that I've come across, none of them are good with money. You know what I mean? So I'm under the illusion that women aren't great with money, but again, that's in my life. I'm not I'm not generalizing every single woman, so calm yourself down, okay? But the fact is though, if he feels like she's not good with finances, then he needs to have a conversation with her. Say, okay, babe, so boom, I've done this, so how imagine this? Because this is a conversation. Because obviously I can imagine eventually, you know, a joint account is obviously something that is inevitable, especially in a marriage. I'm not against that at all. But of course, there's got to be a conversation and we got to understand how it's going to work. Simple as 1, 2, 3. But why does it matter how much she's earning? I hate that question. I mean, I personally don't know any man that will ask a female, so how much you earn in a year? Literally, it's usually, I mean, listen, the conversation is usually simple, to be honest with you. It's like, okay, boom, so, you know, let's say you're living together, whatnot, okay, and you're both, you know, independent people beforehand. I'll be like, okay, yeah, we can do a joint account. So the joint account, obviously, we can both put in a certain amount of money for the for the mortgage, put in a certain amount of money for the bills, and then also, you know, we put in a certain money also for the food shopping. However you want to map it out, that's the joint account, okay? And then obviously, whatever monies that we have extra, we can just keep it to ourselves, right? Okay, or however else you wanna go about it. No worries. Now, of course, you have the conversation about how much money someone is earning. Oh yeah, well, of course you can, because you know, if one is earning so much more than the other, I can understand it for that person to pay that little bit more, 100%. Okay, but again, it depends on your situation. I don't know why she's making this conversation now about how much she's earning, because that is really down to them. But again, no. If he hasn't told her, it's because he doesn't trust her. And if he doesn't trust her, then he needs to have a conversation with her. And that is where Bilal was going wrong in this situation. But Miss Robertson over here completely ignored the statement of, when I give her money, it disappears. Why didn't you ask about that? That's the question that the host should have been asking, but that's just my opinion.
They don't have a family account, so she feels like he doesn't trust her, and she don't want to have a baby from somebody who feels like don't trust her.
First and foremost, Yara, I don't know why you're talking. Really don't know why you're talking. You should be quiet. Secondly, I completely disagree with what you're saying. I'll tell you why. Not because you're wrong in what you're saying. What is the point that she's missed out the whole plot? She has been asking for a child with this man for how long? For a whole Ross Clark season. He then says yes, and now all of a sudden there's a problem because he's not telling the finances. If she wanted to know his finances before having a baby with him, well then she should have been asking about the finances before asking about the baby. You see this? That's why it doesn't even matter anymore. And it goes back to the whole prenup thing. So she gets a prenup without going to see a fertility doctor first. Why is everything that she does is backwards? Okay, we got a prenup saying that yes, you're going to give me a child. Oops, now let me go and get a fertility test. Oops, I actually haven't got as long as I realized. Please just have a baby. No. Please have a baby. Okay, yes. Oops, guess what? I now need to know how much you earn, because if I don't know how much you earn, well then I don't really want to have a baby. So why would you go through all of that madness if you haven't asked the important questions yet? And also, adding to the fact that, oh, now I'm finally blossoming in America and situated in America, now I want to hold the baby. Hold on a minute, oops. So why didn't you actually focus on situating yourself in America first, find out the financial situation with you two as well, okay? And also find you the facility situation as well, before the whole prenup, before the whole shebang. The level of stupidity that I'm seeing here from Shaeeda is bizarre, and Yara is not the person that I would ever go to for advice. No, wouldn't go to, no, 100% not. I'm not saying that she's thick, she's dumb, it's just that for me personally, I still question her purity in her relationship, to be honest. I still question it. This is coming from the same woman who took her husband and her child all the way to Prague to then tell them, oh, I'm now looking for a place. But you couldn't tell them beforehand. Nah, don't be doing that. Toxic energy. Anyway, well, there is a little bit more, but I want to make a different video for that one, okay, ladies and gentlemen, because that's a slightly different topic around Bilal and Shaeeda. But anyway, it is what it is. In my opinion, I've said exactly what I've said. You guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, and we can most certainly talk about it. But hey, remember, we are on the road to 100k subscribers, so please help us get there by subscribing, liking the video, commenting down below, sharing the video. All those things will always help the video blossom on YouTube and, of course, allow us to grow. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the comment section. We are done and we are out. Peace.